In this video, I wanted to do a step-by-step tutorial taking you from the beginning all the way to the end of what it would be to put something on print on demand. I'll show you what I would do, how much you would have to change it, and some of the new stuff that they have on Kittl. Let's go. Thanks for joining me on this video. My name is Juna with Detour Shirts. I've been designing and selling t-shirts online since 2005, and in this video I wanted to show you an application that I use a lot, and that is Kittl. And I don't know if I've made a video that shows you step by step from beginning all the way to the end, so I wanted to show you this in succession. I think a lot of times I just show you how to design stuff, but I don't actually show you when you get on there from beginning to end and putting it on a product. And in this video, I also wanted to do just a text design. So I'm not going to use lots of graphics. There will be graphics, but not graphics that you think, more graphics to support the text. So I'll show you how to do that as well. And I also wanted to show you how much you need to change in a template to make it your own, right? So I'm going to show you those kinds of things as well. I think a lot of people have questions. There's lots of templates on Kittl, and you can't just take those templates and put it on print on demand. You're going to have to change it a little bit, change the color, change the font, change lots of things, and I'll show you how to do that as well when I'm doing the step-by-step stuff. So this is just going to be one example. I can do some other examples in the future, but I wanted to show you this one so that you have a full view of what it would take if you bought Kittl, and what it would take to kind of use the templates and make your own designs from it. So let's get started. Let's get into Kittl right now, and I'll show you what I mean. So here we are on Kittl, kittl.com, and the very first step, of course, to do this is to go to Kittl, kittl.com. So we did step one already. You can take a look at this. They have lots of new things here. If you haven't been here in a while, you have some different sections here where you can do social media posts, posters, t-shirts. I'm going to focus on t-shirts, but don't forget about posters. You can do posters for Redbubble and other print-on-demand stuff. That would be really good. And if you're in graphic design at all and do logos for clients and cards also are on Redbubble, so don't forget about that. And you can use these for, you know, Pinterest posts and Instagram posts and things like that for social media. So if you've never been to Kittl before, check out all these templates. It looks like a Pinterest board, but the difference is you can click on these and use them as t-shirt designs, as a base for your t-shirt design. So let's say you like this one right here, click on it and you can see use this design. It doesn't mean that you can just put this on print on demand. You can use it as a starting point for your print on demand. So you would have to change words, like instead of saying Sunset California, you may have to say something else like rainbow or Hawaii or whatever it is, right? Change it and change the color. So instead of these colors, maybe you want to do rainbow colors or different things, and maybe add or take away graphics. You know, maybe you like this font, but change out the graphics to do something else. Maybe this is an ocean or something like that, the sky. So you want to change it enough that it doesn't look like this, but you can use some of the elements that are on here just, you know, as a base. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. But step number one, again, get to Kittl. Okay, step number two for t-shirts is I would recommend you either do t-shirts here, new project, but I'm going to show you a third way that you may not know, and they just added this, is create. So there's a create tab here, and you can create logos, create t-shirts, posters, and so on. We're going to do t-shirt creator, okay? And this is a new page that they put up here, and they're going to walk you through if you've never done the t-shirt creator. So this is really cool. This would be my step two, is to click on t-shirt creator right here, or whatever one that you're going to do here, but we're going to focus on t-shirts. And take a look at this. They've really wrote this out really nicely and kind of show you what it's all about. If you're new to Kittl, you know, choose from the templates, like I said, customize them. You may recognize this. This is one that I did. And then export. So we're going to do all of these things. We're going to pick a template, we're going to customize it, and then I'm going to show you how to export it and actually show you how to put it on Redbubble and maybe Merch by Amazon as well. Those two are the ones. I'm not going to show you everything, but I'm going to export it in the right size so that it fits both. And then if we scroll down here, you can see this is really cool. We have testimonials, or at least sayings of people that have used it. I've used it, of course. And if you scroll down here, you'll see other things, what it does. You can edit the text and edit the illustrations, like I said. So these are things that you might want to change on the template, right? You might want to change the way the text effect works, or the illustrations, or the fonts on it. And then look at all these things for t-shirt design. So if you're ever curious, would this work for t-shirt design on print on demand, go to this page. It kind of lays it all out, what it does, okay? And then you can just get started. So this is still just part of step 2, is to get started with the create. So let's get started right here. And now we're gonna pick a design. So let's go here. Like you can see, tons of designs, right? Just a whole bunch. And I'm gonna look for one that's just a text one so that we can use that. So you could also, if you've seen one that you had, you can save it, or you can search in here. I found one earlier that I like. I think it said focus on something. Focus on the good. Yeah, that's what it was. So you can look for a specific one. You can see there's others that use good here. We're going to use this one right here, and I'm going to pick a design. That's step 3, is pick a design that you like. You can see this one's mostly text, so that's what I wanted. And I'm going to click here and pick this one, and all you have to do is say use this design, and you can see how many other people have used this. So it's a very popular design. It looks really good. I think it will work well on a t-shirt as well as a poster, so I'm going to show you how to do that on Redbubble. So let's just use this design. It's going to open up a part right here, a new project. So you can see it's going to be in your new projects area, and it's going to start right there. And you can see right away that we may want to take away some of these things. So let's see this texture. I'm going to release the texture and then just delete it. We don't need that texture right now. We're going to change it. The 4th step that I would do for print on demand is usually these ones are really small. So check the size here, and you can do this by going to settings. You can see this one's 960 by 1200, and that's too small for print on demand. We want to make ours a lot bigger. So we're going to go here and custom size, and I'm going to type in 4500 by 5400. So changing the size is really easy. And you can hit return or hit confirm. I just hit return. And because this is all vector, I can select all of these and just make it bigger. See that? It doesn't lose any quality whatsoever. All right. So now that we made it the right size, the next step is to change it. So I already removed the texture. That could be step 5. I kind of went out of order there, but let's do some other things. Let's move things around and remove stuff so that it looks very different. So we don't want to use this same phrase here. We want to make it different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on here, and I'm going to move this to the side. You can see how I can move it to the side right here. This is using the artboard. Now you can hide those things. So if I go to shortcuts here, you may not know this, but you can trim view or untrim view with W here. There's a lot of other shortcuts that you could use here, and I'll show you some of these. But the trim view is something that you want to see. So if I hit W, you can see that it's hidden. It has kind of this different color background, kind of a grayish background. And if I undo it, you can see a white background. So you may not want to put white text or white graphics on here. But because these are colored, we can move all these things here. So I'm gonna ungroup this. You can right click and do ungroup right here, or you could also do Command G. And I'm gonna just select these things right here and move it off to the side. So now that we have it on the side, you know, you can move it around. So I'm gonna use the word good still. I think that will work for me. But I'm gonna move some of these things on the side. I might not use that banner because that would just be too close. And then I'll move some of these things here, not the word good like I said. Maybe not those. Yeah, maybe, oops. And I'll move these to the side here, maybe down here. Good. All right, so the phrase that I'm gonna do is gonna be always choose to be good. It's not a trending phrase. You may wanna look up trending phrases or pick a phrase that you think would be good. I think always choose to be good is a good one. So I'm gonna change this focus and change it to be always. So always, there we go. And I don't wanna have this same effect. So I'm gonna change the effect just so it looks different. I'm gonna turn it off. And I'm going to turn this guy off too. All right, and I need to make this smaller, so I'm just gonna do this and like that. And I may want to put an effect on this one since this one was straight before. Maybe I'll put an effect on this one. Let's see, wave or rise. Rise looks cool. All right, let's do rise. And maybe kind of fill the space there. I'm still just playing around with it. And on here I had choose to be good. So I'm going to hold down Option and drag, and you can see I'm making a copy here. And I'm going to be choose to, maybe just choose by itself. Okay, hold on. Choose, yeah, to be. That's cool. Okay, so let's move to be here, kind of fits nicely. And then choose down here. That looks like it's working. And then always, there we go, that's nice. So I'm gonna move these guys up, just select all. And this we could probably change, so I can hit edit transform and kind of move things up just a little bit. Just so you can see there's the kind of the same spacing between here and here. So this guy as well. There, look at that. So that's really different already. So the next thing I'm going to do is put these things back. So they may not fit as well as we thought. So I maybe move this down. Maybe I'll do some space here. So we got all these things here. Let's do this one. I'm going to move this guy. Looks like it could fit here. Maybe turn it. Ooh, that's kind of cool. So we're just going to have to play around with these. Actually, it looks like it should be there. Let me flip this. I can go here, flip. Yeah, that looks better, right? So let's move that and kind of play around with that space. Yeah, that's cool. So let's use this same one and go here, but then flip it. So to flip it, right click here, flip horizontal, and then we can move some of these things here. So let's move this one like that. That looks cool. Move this one like that. Well, let's do all of them. So let's make sure we got all those. Move that up there. That's looking good. Nice. All right, and then we got all these stars. I think the stars are different colors. So let's do that. Let's color them. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna ungroup these. Again, you can hit Command G for group. So I'm gonna do that this time instead of right click. And now you can see they're ungrouped, so I can move the stars wherever I want to. Right? One here. I have one right there, just filling the empty spaces. But in order to make it even more different, I'm gonna color it a different color too. So, I mean, the blue is nice, but let's change this to black. Let's say we had a black t-shirt, right? And then maybe, just for fun, let's do this instead of blue. Let's do like a detour orange. So we'll do this and come up here, maybe not so dark. I don't know, something like that. And then we can choose this to be that same orange. You can see it knows what color you're using now, and so you can change everything to those colors. And this one to that color. And then if we want to do the stars, leave the stars white, we could change all of these to white. All right, so last thing I would do here is, now that we changed the color, we changed the words, we made it look different than what it is, I'm gonna put a texture on it. So right here are the textures, and let's just pick one, and we can do that. And you can see right away the texture falls over it, but what we wanna do is actually knock out the texture from the text. And that's with this new feature that they added, and that is alpha mask right here. So we're gonna do alpha mask. And you can see by itself it doesn't do anything, but you can clip the content. So that's everything in the content. So let's do that. And so now it just knocks it out. So you can see it knocks it off of the letters and things. So this gives it a nice vintage look, and you can change whatever one. Once you have that in here, now we can pick the different grunge textures and try it out. So you can see it's just trying the different ones here without me having to do any of these things, right? So let's try that. That's really dark. I'd like to look for one that's like lighter. So this lighter one here probably would work. So the ones that are closer to white works better with the alpha mask. So if we go back here and we pick paper texture, these darker ones aren't going to work as well for the alpha mask, but if you use kind of the lighter ones, like maybe this one, you can see that that works a lot better, right, with the alpha mask. So let's just use one that we had before. Third down, yeah, fourth down, and it's a lot whiter, and you can see it looks really cool right here. We're going to use that texture. All right, so let's say this is the one we finally went to. Make sure to change the title here. So now it's not focused on the good. We're going to change it to be always choose to be good. All right, and that will save it. You can see it saving right here. Now once you've saved your title and saved it the way you want to be and see what it looks like on black, in fact, you can change it to see if it works well on different colors. So let's say red. Oh yeah, that works good, like a darker red. Does it look good on blue? Try it out on different colors for different t-shirts. We're going to mainly put this on black, so let's do black there. And then you can center it. So make sure when you grab everything, oh, we needed to get rid of those. So let's get rid of those. You can click all of it, hit Command G to group them, and then hit center, and then it will center it for you. There you go. So once we got it the way that we want, we're going to export it. This is the last step, and we'll hit this right here, download, and we're going to make sure that it's the right size, 4500 by 5400. Don't worry about this being 72 dpi. It's still going to be big enough. I know a lot of people want to make it 300 dpi, but it's fine. We got the right pixel sizes, and I'll show you how nice it is, how clean it is. I'll zoom in and you can see that it's going to be fine. I'm going to remove the background. I'm going to optimize for quality just to make sure it's nice and crisp. And we're going to do PNG, and this is what we want so that we can be a transparent background. So we're going to do that. It's going to think about it. It's going to go to my downloads folder, and I'll open it up here so that you can see that it is transparent. And if I zoom in, you can see that it's not pixelated at all. So let's open that up. So here it is. The one that I downloaded, you can see it's gray background. So the gray background means that it's transparent. And I'm going to zoom in, and you can see even when I zoom in this close, I mean, that's the pixels right there that you can see, but it's fine. It's totally crisp as far as that goes right there. So it doesn't have to be 300 dpi from Kittl. You can see that it still works. It's nice and crisp even when I come in close right there. It's pretty good, right? All right, so you can see, and the texture worked really well. It knocked it out. So let's take this PNG, and I'm going to show you how to put it on Redbubble as well as Merch by Amazon. So here I am on Redbubble. This is what you're going to want to do to get it on Redbubble. You should have opened your store already, and go to here and go to add new work. So let's do that. And then we're going to drag that PNG file that went to your downloads folder and just drag it here to upload new work. Now you're going to put a title and tags and stuff. I'm not going to show you how to do that. You can watch another video to do that, but let's just put the name always choose to be good. All right, and then of course you're going to put relevant tags in the description. But because we want it on a black background, let's choose black right here, 0000, and then you're going to pick the t-shirt, and then pick the black t-shirt, and then just make sure that it fits. You can see that looks so good on a t-shirt, right? And these are the kinds of things that sell really well on Redbubble too. I think this kind of text, because it looks like it was done by an artist, like hand lettered by an artist. So let's go to this one and pick the dark one as well. Look at that. Really cool, right? So many stuff you can use on Kittl that looks like this. Like everything looks like it's done by an artist, right? So I'm going to disable some of these things that don't work. You may not want to put it on those, but look on this right here on a phone case. I think it looks really cool on a phone case, right? always choose to be good. On a pillow, I think it would do really well, but you can change that. Cards and posters, of course. Shower curtains, look at that. That's really cool. And it just goes on and on. Backpacks, I think this drawstring, I think it would make a great spiral notebook. Again, artboard prints. You can size this down. Works perfect because it's that tall rectangle. I think this would make a good poster and stuff like that. So lots of cool things that you could enable, and things that it may not work good on. You're gonna wanna use dark text for some of these other ones, like the sticker. This sticker is not gonna work, right, because it has white text. So make sure not to put it just on a sticker like this. You're gonna have to change the colors for that. But for the most part, it looks really cool on some of these things. So let me show you how to do it on Merch by Amazon. Same thing. If you go to Merch by Amazon, you just drag your artwork here. So let's do the same thing here. And you can put this on lots of different things too. You got the phone cases and the bags and the pillows and things like that. It's gonna take a while to render, but once it's on here, you can go and pick some of the colors. So let me show you on the dark colors, and it's gonna render that for you. And I'll turn off the guide so you can see what it would look like with the different colors. Now we tried the different colors on Kittl already, but you can see we don't have the background, so it looks good on the black, the dark red, you know, that cranberry, and so on. Navy looks great, right? Brown and so on. So just always pick some nice colors that would work for those. You can test that out in Kittl. You got the hoodies as well as some of these things right here with the colors. Pick that black. That looks great on here. Anything tall like that, you can pick this one, black too. And I would do black as well here. And see, it has that vintage look with the vintage grunge filter, right? Texture. I think this looks amazing on here, as well as this and the pillows. Don't forget about the pillow. So you can put it on everything. I think this looks really good. You can size it down. Kind of really works well on a square too, and on the bag. I would put this down here like that. So that's it. That's how you put it on Redbubble and t-shirt. We went step by step all the way from the beginning. Go to Kittl, find a design, change it up a little bit, you know, make sure that it has different fonts. I didn't use different fonts. We use the same fonts, but that's one way to change it, is to change the fonts, change the color, change the texture. It needs to look different than what you started with. And here are both of them together. You can see how different they are. From what I started with to what I ended with. The good is the same when we use some of the same things, but it's different because I changed a lot of different things. So it doesn't look exactly like it, and so I can use this for print on demand. So that's kind of the rules about Kittl, is to make sure that you're changing it enough that it doesn't look like the original. But a lot of, like you saw, a great starting point for t-shirt design. So that is it for this video. Let me know if this really helps. Hopefully going step by step and showing you. If you want me to show more step-by-step ones, maybe one with a graphic or one for different niches, I can do that as well. Leave that in the comments. But I hope now you can see that Kittl is very powerful and can get you lots of designs really quickly. So that is it for this video. Hopefully this video was super helpful for you. I wanted to make sure that I ran through the whole thing step by step so you can see exactly how to do it. If this video was really helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button right there. The question of the day for this video is, have you done text-based designs before using Kittl, or maybe not using Kittl? I'd love to hear it in the comments. Thanks again for watching, and if you want to see more Kittl videos, make sure to click on these videos right here. And as always, guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.